Hey, what's
Hey,
up? How
what's
are
going
you?
on? Good.
Yeah,
Just
it just,
working.
another day. Hey, another day in quarantine.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy out here.
Yeah, I want to ask you, I know every week's different right now, but this week, how's your week been going? Because, like we said, every week is a different for us, especially in this time.
my week, exactly. My week has been pretty okay. Like I can't
Okay.
complain. I just really been working. It's just a weird time, like with all of, the things going on right now, like just with the corona thing, and then you
Yeah,
have the protests and the police brutality thing. Like it's
yeah,
just been a lot. Like so
yeah.
we're making it.
Yeah, I want to ask you too. You're a Gemini like me. I know you're June 5th.
hmm
I'm June 10th.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's
Gemini.
it.
Gemini
Happy
season.
belated
Yeah, you too, you too.
birthday.
But
Thank you.
how was it for you? Because I thought we would be out of this by now. I was like, oh, by June, we'll be good. And then it came, and I was like, damn,
Listen.
we.
Man, I think for me,
Yeah.
I just started coming back out probably like the end of May, maybe June-ish.
Okay.
Because I mean the world has begun to open up whether we like it or not. So all
Mm-hmm.
I can do is just take, the necessary precautions to be safe, protect myself, make sure I'm washing my hands and I'm just not out around a whole bunch of germs all the time. But
Yeah.
essentially, me being in the industry, I have to, keep it moving. I
Mm-hmm.
can't just let it, stop everything because we got to get the coin,
Yeah.
okay?
Exactly. You can't let that stop. You can't. It can't stop everything
Right,
completely. I mean, like you said, at least
right.
it's somewhat a little more control
Yeah,
than what it was. I mean, what we're told
exactly.
at least. So, but
Right,
I want to go
right.
back. I want to go back all the way to childhood because I know you were raised
hmm
in Buffalo, New York. So, how
hmm
was it like growing up? And I know you went to an arts school. So, how was that for
Yes.
you, just growing up? And what age did you know you really wanted to take it seriously?
Well, I went to a performance in 12th grade, and I was
Hmm.
around just the arts as a whole. I was a visual arts major, but we also had to take,
Yeah.
music. We had to take visual arts, performance art, like dance, and even music. So I always been around music. I come from a family of musicians and
Yeah.
singers and stuff like that. So it kind of just came natural. I think me growing up as an inner city kid, I was
Hmm.
you know, I guess I was exposed to like the guys and just the hip hop culture more
Yeah.
because I was, the guys that be rapping on the block and I would walk past and, essentially that kind of like motivated me a little bit to write my own raps. And then,
Hmm.
just with me hanging out, I started just, hopping into ciphers and it was all she wrote.
Yeah, and I want to tell you, your freestyle. It's so funny. Before I got on with you right now, I was texting. I'm good friends with Foxy Brown, and I was texting her, and I was saying
Oh,
I was interviewing
yes.
you. Yeah, Foxy's the homie,
Yes.
and you don't remind me of her, meaning look like her. I'm just saying your flow, you a lot of different parts. So, who really influenced you growing
Right.
up the most? Would you say? Because you remind me so much of Foxy.
Foxy definitely.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like early, like when I first started, I actually spoke to Foxy on the phone and we were
Uh-huh.
talking about different things. But shout out to her.
Yeah.
Definitely Foxy though, Kim,
Hmm.
um, Nicki Minaj, um, just even like the old school artists like the Queen Latifahs, the
Yeah.
Roxanne Shantays, I just was in love with the hip hop culture as a whole. So I definitely had a lot of female influences, but a lot of the males influenced me more. Like even when I
Oh yeah.
first started rapping, I was in a group of just guys. So
Okay.
it really wasn't too many female artists around where I was from that was actually like making any noise, doing anything. So I had no other, place to compare myself to or even to like kind of sharpen my craft with other
Hmm.
than guys.
Yeah.
So the Jay-Z's, Biggie, Wayne, um, you know, Styles P, Cassidy. Like I watched the Smack DVDs growing up. I watched, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It was just, I just loved it. I love the culture. I love music as a whole, and just hip hop is just so fire. So I just
Yeah.
naturally gravitated to it, and then doing it so much, I just became good at it, and here we are.
Here there. Yeah. And one thing I really like about you, I feel like a lot of new artists should take some pointers from you because you're always on
Hmm.
point. From look,
Thank
you're
you.
always put together. Like you're very like you. I love that with new artists and people grinding because I
Thank
feel
you.
some people don't, especially like in quarantine. I feel a lot of people are like,
Right,
I don't care. It's like, well, no, you're still
right.
like you still gotta represent yourself because that's how the money comes in. Like you gotta look the
Hello.
part. Yeah. So how important is that to you?
It's very important, almost to the point where it's like now, like I grew up, always loving to be fly and surrounded by
Yeah.
like, people that, were just on they boss type time. And
Uh-huh.
I've, as an artist, I felt like, hip hop and style and fashion goes hand in hand, which is why I have the boutique now. It's just like
Yeah.
that's another piece of me that I love, that I enjoy doing. And it's a time and place to chill. Like when I'm in work mode, I'm not even on front. Like when I'm in the studio, I'm
Yeah,
looking a
yeah.
mess, but I'm making some fire music.
Exactly. But that's
I'm
behind the
looking a
scenes.
mess,
That's
but
yeah.
exactly. But when it's time to put on, it's time to put on. And I think that just because I really didn't have the privilege at first, coming into the game to have anybody like put a bag behind me for,
Yeah.
like a wardrobe budget or a stylist budget, I just had to figure it out on my own. So
Yeah.
I had a few hits and misses and stuff like that. But for the most part, I just, I do my thing. I just be me, you
Exactly.
know?
And see, that's what people don't get too, because everyone thinks you need a bag, and it's like, no, you
Yeah.
can make a lot of stuff work with a small budget or no
Oh,
budget. You can make it work. Like,
hello.
but there's a way. Well, there's a
Yeah.
way. Like,
Exactly. I always say like I'm a student of YouTube University, Google
mhm.
University, and I figure out how to do
Yeah,
everything on there
exactly. You could learn. You don't need no teacher at all. YouTube
at
is
all,
literally everything.
and it'll
So
save you
yeah,
that too.
yep, 100%. So
Yeah.
much money. But like you've been busy, like
Right. Right.
for the past what
Definitely.
a while, like since what 2016 you dropped Caesar's Palace,
Yeah. For
1990s,
that,
and you dropped Pretty Girls.
I.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but like you've been
Pretty
doing a
Girls get
lot.
played
Yeah,
to
Pretty Girls get played
1990s.
too. Like you've been doing it.
Yeah.
Like
I've been doing a little minute, on and off. I feel like a lot of people be
yeah,
like, oh yeah, you've been doing this for so long. Why, you should be farther, this, that, and third. And I can attest to just saying that, like, I went through life, you know what I'm saying? I went to
yeah,
school, you know what I'm saying? I had different boyfriends and I experienced things. So I didn't always like focus on music all the time. And I think that's why it kind of took a little minute too to be able
yeah,
to get to where I am. But I feel like, the timing was perfect. My situation with Griselda is perfect. I
yeah,
wouldn't ask for it any other way. So now it's just like I'm just thankful and we just grinding, trying to, make it work.
exactly. Well, I want to ask you, those three last projects, what one would you say was the most fun to put
Hmm.
out, and what one was the toughest to make?
Um, they all were pretty fun. When I
Okay.
get in the studio, like I don't really like my process is always like I don't want to do it. I
Yeah.
always want to make sure that I'm having fun, that the morale in the room is right. Don't nobody got no attitudes
Yeah.
or So I come into it already like light, like okay,
Yeah.
cool, like we just gonna have fun. Um, I would say 1990 Seeds is my favorite. I would say that's the most lyrical.
Okay.
So as far as like hardest, like because 1990 Seeds is compiled of songs that I wrote years before that. They were just
Hmm.
old freestyles. I didn't have any beats like original beats to put them on, and all of the beats that I was writing to at the time was 90s beats because that's where my hugest inspiration comes from.
Yeah.
So that would be the first. Caesar's Palace is just like my baby. That was the first project that I put out like by myself. I was
Yeah.
in a group prior to that, And it just, that's one of my favorite bodies of work, because it's just like I put a lot into that. Like, from the visuals, like I shot a video precious to that. Like, that's forever my
Mm-hmm.
baby. And it just, with me, like, kind of just honing my independence as a woman, and
Yeah.
my maturity. It was like, okay, boom, like, I'm here. Even though it wasn't as big, wasn't no huge thing, but it was just like, that's something that I can say, like, my cult following, they actually, like, they started, like,
Yeah. At that time
really
with you, they
rocking with
grew
me
with
then.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, they were with me. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's cool, like you
So,
said that, because it's not like you need huge exposure, just kind of those hardcore fans. Because it's funny,
yeah,
once you have that number one, everyone's going to pretend like they knew you from back then. And then, you know
that
how it
part.
is, the bandwagon
That part.
fans, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I
get it,
always say
but
that, like, it took, because I used to really be like, and for a minute I used to be salty about it. Like,
yeah,
people used to watching my page and my stories and stuff like that. Big name, like, artists and executives, A&R, stuff like that, or whatever. They would be watching me, but, like, nobody gave me that shout out. Nobody gave me that,
hmm,
like, that cosign. And they would be like, oh yeah, like, I F with the movement, this, that, and the third, and I
uh-huh,
see what you're doing, blah, 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 but would never, like, do it as an artist. That means so much. But I feel like
so much.
now it's like, I don't need the clout. I don't need no
Yeah,
cosign, whatever. Like, because I'm lit. Like, I don't put in the
yeah,
work. I know ain't nobody pen sharper than mine. I know that ain't nobody gonna do it
uh-huh.
like how Armani do it. So I'm not tripping. But, like, for a long time, I felt like I was slept on. But now I just think that that time that I put into it is gonna show in the music that I put out, business, and just my maturity level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't feel like I'm a fall victim to a lot of the things that a lot of artists do early in the game, not having that experience. So
hmm.
I'm definitely, like, grateful for it.
Yeah, and I think it's stuff like you said, because, like,
Yes.
I remember Nicki had him, then everyone wanted to jump on, oh, I've been a fan of Nicki since being up Scotty. I'm like, no, you weren't. You knew the pink print and that's it. Like,
Right.
stop.
Like, y'all know y'all
Now,
was hating on her.
exactly. Like, it's so funny how, but I see it for you, like, you're doing it. But one thing I really like too, you just released
Thank
the
you.
photo shoot, a vlog you did, and
Yes.
yes, I gotta tell you, like, your personality, like, yeah, you're dope as a lyricist, but your personality is super dope. Like, you're fun. You're not like
Oh.
so, because some people, just because you're a
Yeah.
celebrity or artist, doesn't mean you have to be the it, and you got that. So, do you ever see yourself like wanting to do reality
Right.
TV, or, getting to do other things besides music?
I've been approached by a couple of executives about doing, like, reality TV. I think I'm gonna just let it rock on my vlog for now.
Okay.
I figured it out on my own, like, how to, like, edit a little bit and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I mean, I always was kind of afraid to let people into that vulnerable side of me, because I'm
Yeah.
very, like, protective of my energy, and I really, like, I'm an empath. So
Yeah.
I just, I'm naturally shy, and to myself, I can be social when it's time to get that bag. I'm social,
Yeah.
but um, for the
Understandable. I
most
agree with
part,
you.
I do want people to kind of, like, see the real me, so that they can feel my music on a different level. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to hear somebody's music and listen to their story. It's another thing to see them go through their day to day. And
Yes.
I definitely am gonna just start documenting just the things that I go through on a daily basis. Because, I mean, artists, we go through a lot. And me
Yeah.
being an
Yeah. People don't
entrepreneur and
understand.
an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like, just regular day to day stuff can really be, kind of trying. And so I think that it's important that I let my fans in and stop being, just being a little bit more open.
No, no, definitely. Like, I thought I knew you for like 5 years just off of that video, because you were just like so. It was just
Yes.
good. Like, it was dope. It was super dope. Like, and you did it from putting your makeup and your hair done to the actual photo shoot. Just
Yes.
laughing, having fun, not You know, like I said, so many people are so serious. I'm like, just chill.
Yes.
It's just y'all in the video. It's no one else. Like, but it's super dope. I can't wait for more
Yeah.
of them for sure.
Thank you. I think it's just important to just, especially like, because before, like, or in between when I was doing music and stuff like that, when I
Hmm.
was just posting my pictures, it's so many young girls that look up to us as influencers or entertainers or
Yeah.
whatever, that just think that everything is peachy and that, we don't go through stuff. And I just kind of wanted to like unleash the veil.
Designer wise, and then
And,
artist or a person.
um, I think the black, they call it urban culture as
Yeah.
a whole. I draw a lot of my inspiration from that. Just watching like my mom as a kid growing up, watching my mom get ready for the club and how she had her little styles, little
Yeah.
asymmetricals or like the big curly styles and the big earrings and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Like that inspires me to kind of just go big on big. I've always been super gaudy since I was
Yeah.
little.
I love that. I
Always
love
over the
Gotti.
side.
Yes. Gotti's where
Yes.
it's at.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's on that side of the spectrum. But then on the other side, I'm an art major. So I think that really getting into like historic ads and trends and stuff like that. Like I'm always on YouTube or Pinterest or like just Google, just looking
Yeah.
up like what Diana Ross was wearing or what like
Uh-huh.
Dorothy Dandridge was wearing or even Cher. Like that's
Yeah,
the
because they
kind
were
of
all the
stuff that I like. And
gaudy.
once,
They were all the gaudy good ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were a show. It was a good time.
Hmm.
It was an event. Like when you see Cher to an event, she would have like the long bone straight, which a
Yeah.
lot of people don't, they think now is like new, like everybody's rocking inches and stuff like that. No, like Cher been doing
Yeah.
that middle part with bust
Wow.
down,
Years
like
ago.
way back. Exactly. So,
Yeah.
I get a lot of my inspiration from that. Grace Jones, like shout out to
Yeah.
Tiana Taylor. Like she's one of the people that I like to, you know, demographic or even just like a, a culture that wasn't really popping like that. You know what I'm saying? With
Yeah.
the afro, the asymmetrical afros, and like just the way that she looks is so beautiful. And I want to see
Hmm.
more. I want to be able to be a part of that as well. Just kind of bringing more light to the art side of fashion.
No, definitely. Yeah, and one thing I like, I know you're about to drop your new EP with Griselda. So, like, do you see,
Yes.
yeah, like, do you see, because I know a lot of artists are
Hmm.
doing this, but not enough. Like, do you want to drop, like,
Hmm.
the CD to come out, you could buy off your website, a cassette, some,
Hmm.
exclusive merchandise that's for the EP? Do you envision that? Or, like, see anything you want?
Well, Wes is big on like the one-on-one type things or like the exclusives type. Always wanted to like have a vinyl of
Yeah.
one of my projects. So I definitely am interested in doing that. I also feel like well, this project is gonna be like a dual project. So I'm gonna have stuff for the Griselda fans and I'm gonna have stuff for my original core Armani fans
Okay.
on
That's
it.
super dope.
Yes, yeah. I didn't want to leave nobody out because I felt like if I did it another way, then I would be placed in a box. And I want
Hmm.
people to see the duality, not just she's putting this out, and it's all over the place. No, like
Yeah.
we Geminis, so
Exactly.
we
We all
we can do
we
both.
think exactly. Best of both worlds, We the twins.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's super dope.
So.
And no, this project, like,
Hmm.
would you say it's complete? Is it still a couple tweaks?
We still got a couple tweaks to it. I'm a perfectionist. Wes is a
Yeah.
super perfectionist. So I think that as far as like the songs, we're probably there, but it's just now getting
Uh-huh.
the visual and the rollout together because the visuals and the songs go hand in hand. So you always
Yes.
want to make sure that you have, both of them doing what they need to do.
Dope, dope. And like I know you dropped what already this year. You dropped Yum Yum, the Go Bag, and the Nasty song. So will that be a part
Hmm.
of the new EP, or
Yes,
those just stand? They will be. Okay, dope, dope, dope.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so what did you do different on this EP? Would you say than your previous EP and your mixtapes? Would you say?
Um, this new EP is going to be. I'm a little bit more responsible. Like I have the fun songs that I made, but the newer
Hmm.
songs, I'm a lot more conscious about what I'm talking about. I'm a lot more lyrical on the Griselda side, of course. You know, a lot of the new Armani Caesar fans, they weren't able to really experience that. You know, I came in the game rapping over Alchemist beats and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But now it's like, okay, now I'm really doing it. And, you know, everybody gets to see where, like, I'm back to my roots, where I came from, you know.
yeah,
Um, on the just the Armani side, I think that I just I want to be able to like plant seeds. You know, I've always had different lines in my song about having your own, or you know, like just being independent and bossing up. But now, so like I'm just I want people to be able to take away something from what I'm saying versus me just in the club just rapping. Like even down to the nasty song where it's like, you know, I'm talking about all this nasty stuff that I would do to a guy, but it's also like, you know, um, I'm his wife, I'm his girl, I'm
yeah,
his, you know, back page hoe.
yeah.
Like I'm you know what I'm saying? Like I'm all of that. Like I'm all of the above. Just making that um living in my own sexuality and my womanhood, but also being able to, you know, do it responsibly. I think that that's important.
No, definitely. And you
So,
know, a big thing today, right now, I feel with women in music, period. Like, you know, you had Megan Thee Stallion and
mhm,
Beyonce, you had Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga
mhm,
recently. Who would be your
yes.
dream, like, duet to have that power anthem, that,
Ooh,
you know, that woman's anthem? Who do you envision, would you say, is your dream?
oh my gosh. I mean, I of course I definitely want to work with Nikki.
Okay. I could see that
Um,
100%. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would definitely want to work with Beyonce. I would, if we could pull Rihanna out the
Yeah.
woodwork, you know what I'm saying? I would
Yes.
definitely
Bad
love to
girl
work with
Riri.
Riri because
Yes.
they ain't really doing nothing with Riri yet. So, you know,
Yeah.
Riri is more my speed. I want to do Riri. Um, and, hmm, I mean, just even like pioneers. Like, I would love to do something with Missy. I would love to do something
Yeah.
with like, um, Jay-Z, of course, um, Pharrell,
Yeah.
all the people that I like grew up on, like I just I would love to work with them. Like I think that that
Yeah.
would be super dope. And then just bringing other female artists like back out, like out of the woodwork that really wasn't, you know, doing it anymore or not getting the recognition. Like I would love to do a song with Foxy. I
It's,
would love to
yeah.
do a song with, you know, Kim or whoever just because, you know, I feel like a lot of older artists or iconic artists, they don't really get their just due with this generation. Everybody is kind of like
100%.
comparing them versus like just giving them, you know,
Giving their flowers now. Like,
the giving them their flowers while they're here. You know, I think that that's
mm-hmm.
important, and you know, being able to just realize like there would be no a lot of these female artists without them first. So
Yes.
I'm with
No,
it.
100%.
I'm
No,
just
I
ready.
want to
Whoever hit me
play.
up,
No,
like if you know any of them come in my DMs,
no, I want Riri, and I could see Nikki. Riri, 100%. I could see that in a heartbeat.
and we gonna put
Yes.
that out in the atmosphere.
Yeah,
Yes,
we gotta put it out in the
Riri and Nikki
universe.
for
Gotta,
sure.
exactly.
Mhm.
But we're gonna play a little
Big
game.
on
It's
that.
just, yeah, it's just a rapid fire, nothing crazy, this or that. So, would you say, nice or good looking?
Okay.
would you
What? That's the
favor? Would you say?
question?
No, so it's like either this or that. So nice
Wait,
or
hold on.
good
Okay,
looking.
wait. Okay. My
Oh,
phone was like breaking up a
oh,
little
was it?
bit. Okay, I think
Okay.
we good now. Okay.
So it's this or that. So nice or good
Okay.
looking.
Okay. Uh, nice.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Dressed down
Okay.
or dressed up?
Dressed up.
Dressed up. Okay. Lashes
Hmm.
or lipstick slash lip gloss?
Lashes.
Lashes. Okay. Dine
Yeah.
in or
Wait, this
oh,
connection
did
is
it break
messing
up?
up. One more
Let me
time.
see. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let's see. Dine in or takeout?
Takeout.
Takeout. Okay.
I like to eat at home.
Drake. Yeah, I know you've been cooking. I hear you've been cooking a lot. Let's
Yes.
go. Yes. Uh, Fendi or Chanel?
Chanel, baby. Big
Chanel.
old bag me. Yes. Take me to
How about
Chanel.
Chanel? Snickers or Kit Kat?
Kit Kat.
Yes. Hey, Um, let's see. Christmas or New
Hmm.
Year's?
Yes. Christmas.
Christmas. Okay.
Yes.
And last one. Biggie or Tupac?
Ooh. Ooh. Tupac.
Tupac.
Yes.
Well, to wrap up, I got my final two questions I want to ask. What is on your bucket professionally, would you say?
On my bucket list, I definitely want to get on Forbes list.
Okay.
Like the cover of Forbes would be like nice, but just as
Yeah.
long as I get on that Forbes list. Um, and I think what was the second part of the question? It kind of broke up a little bit.
I'm sorry. So personally, what would you like to do on your bucket list? And then professionally on your bucket list?
So personal, um, hmm. Right now I'm like doing bucket list shit every day. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I never thought that I would be saying it. Just like, I did some reflecting over quarantine and just every single day I'm doing something on my bucket list. Like I used to write in journals a lot and
Yeah.
do vision boards and stuff like that. And I'm seeing like all of the things that I've been doing has been on my bucket list, like as far as just, getting a major record deal, things as far as just like waking up early, responding back on time,
Yeah.
and just even in my career, just like saving money, fixing my credit. Like those were things that like where I come from, they weren't really like popping like that. Like I didn't know
Yeah.
anybody with good credit. Everybody had bad credit. Everybody didn't have any money.
Hmm.
And it's like now I'm able to do things for myself and take care of my not only myself, but like a lot of my loved ones too. And I'm grateful for that. Like because that was once something that I wished for. That was once something that um I wish that I could do. So right now, it's like my bucket list as far as like the traveling stuff goes. I'm a little like that's at the bottom, bottom, bottom. Like I want to do
I
it,
don't
but
blame
not
you.
right now with this Corona stuff. So
Well,
yes.
to wrap up, we don't know what this year is gonna hold.
Mhm.
It's it's we're halfway there, and
Listen.
what do you want the rest of this year to do, and then what are your plans for 2021? Because let's hope 2021 our norm at least. Let's pray.
Um, I plan to have a Billboard top 10 single on the charts before
Okay.
the end of the year. I also, I just see more progression. Um, I hope that best group on for BT Award, like that's on there.
Yeah.
And just working with different artists, especially female artists. I'm tired of them pitting us against each other. I just want
Yes.
to be able to work, and so many dope, talented female artists out there. So I definitely want to work with them. And getting better with my YouTube. Getting my YouTube following all the way up, running that up, and Armani's Closet, making that a multi-million-dollar
Yeah.
company. That's those my goals.
Dope. That's dope. Well, no, I want to thank you so much for taking out the time. Like, keep doing you because you're doing it.
No
Like, I see
problem.
you. Like, I wish you all the best of luck. I can't wait to see a show
Thank
if you come to
you.
Chicago or wherever. Come to
Yes.
Chicago. Yeah. But, stay blessed, stay healthy, stay safe. And,
Yes.
yeah,
Always. You
talk to you
too.
soon. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. I
Okay.
appreciate
No
it.
problem. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. Be safe.